Welcome back to Senior Wisdom Life, where we bring you real science, real stories, and real solutions for better aging. Today's video may surprise you. We're talking about something millions of seniors struggle with, gout, but we're flipping the script on what you've always been told. You've probably heard this before: cut the red meat, blame the seafood, stay away from high-purine foods. But what if that's only half the truth? What if your morning orange juice, your low-fat diet, or that healthy granola bar has more to do with your joint pain than the steak you skipped at dinner? And what if I told you it's not the meat that's hurting you, it's the inflammation fueled by decades of bad dietary advice? That's right. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the real root causes of gout, especially in people over 60, and giving you practical, science-based solutions you can start using right away. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Senior Wisdom Life. Your support helps us keep creating empowering, life-changing content for seniors all around the world. Now get ready, because what you're about to learn might just change how you manage gout forever. Let's dive in. Let me ask you something simple but important. If uric acid is so bad, why does your body, your smart, beautifully designed, aging body, go out of its way to not only produce it, but reabsorb it? That's not a trick question. That's the beginning of a medical truth that most people, even some doctors, don't fully understand about gout. Let's break it down like this. When someone tells you that gout is caused by eating too much meat or seafood, they're not giving you the whole story. Over 90% of the uric acid in your body comes from inside your own body. It's not what's on your plate, it's what's going on in your cells. Every single day, your cells are breaking down and rebuilding. This process releases purines, compounds like ATP and GTP that get broken down into uric acid. This is what we call endogenous purine metabolism, and it accounts for nearly all of the uric acid in your system. That means even if you ate nothing but lettuce, your body would still make uric acid. That's normal. That's human physiology. As Dr. Richard Johnson, a well-known nephrologist, says, uric acid is not the cause of gout. It's the fire alarm, not the fire. So why does your body reabsorb uric acid if it's supposed to be harmful? It's because uric acid is a powerful antioxidant. It plays a protective role, especially in older adults, where oxidative stress, damage from free radicals, starts to speed up aging and inflammation. Uric acid can help neutralize that damage. Your kidneys are smart. They filter uric acid, yes, but they also pull over half of it back into your bloodstream on purpose. If uric acid were a pure villain, the body wouldn't protect it. But your body's not wrong, it's just trying to balance a tricky equation. Now here's something even more interesting. Not everyone with high uric acid levels gets gout. And not everyone with gout has sky-high uric acid. That's a huge clue. What that tells us is, gout isn't just about how much uric acid you have, it's about how your body reacts to it. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine tiny glass shards sitting quietly in your joints. That's what uric acid crystals look like under a microscope. Painful, right? Not always. Some people have had these crystals for years and feel absolutely nothing. Why? Because there's no inflammation. The key player in a gout attack is not the crystal, it's the immune system. The immune system detects those crystals and overreacts, launching a fiery inflammatory response. That's what causes the red, swollen, unbearable pain you feel during a flare-up. Dr. Hyan K. Choi from Harvard Medical School says it best. Hyperuricemia is neither necessary nor sufficient to cause gout. In plain English, high uric acid doesn't automatically mean gout, and gout can happen without extremely high uric acid. Now let me ask you, have you been told to avoid meat, but your gout still comes back? Have you been on medications, but nothing seems to change? Are you tired of chasing the wrong enemy? You're not alone, and it's not your fault. For years, we've been treating uric acid like it's the cause when it's a signal. It's a red flag. But just like a fever isn't the disease, uric acid isn't the root problem. It's part of a bigger story. So where does this all lead? It leads us to inflammation. It leads us to insulin resistance. And it leads us to the foods and habits that silently trigger your immune system to go haywire. We're going to explore all of that next. But before we do, let me ask one more thing. Would you feel differently about your gout if you realized that your body wasn't broken, but rather reacting to a modern lifestyle it was never built for? We're going to uncover how processed sugars, high fructose foods, seed oils, and chronic inflammation are lighting the match, not the purines. And more importantly, you'll learn what you can do, starting today, to put that fire out. Let's move on to the real causes behind your flare-ups and how to finally stop them. Linda, 67, the fruit juice trap. For 10 years, Linda battled painful gout flare-ups. She followed the standard advice, avoided red meat, took her pills, and ate healthy. but nothing changed. When I asked her what she drank daily, she proudly said, "Orange juice in the morning, grape juice with lunch, and apple juice in the evening." The problem, those juices are loaded with fructose, one of the most dangerous triggers for gout. I suggested she cut out all juices and drink only water, tea, or black coffee for 1 month. Just 1 month. 6 weeks later, Linda walked into my office smiling. "Doctor, I haven't had any pain. I thought it was a fluke, but now I'm sleeping better, too." As Dr. David Perlmutter has said, fructose doesn't just affect your waistline, it fuels inflammation from the inside out. Question for you. Are there healthy drinks in your daily routine that could be quietly hurting your joints? Bill, 72, the power of losing 20 pounds. Bill had been on gout medication for over 15 years. Despite that, flare-ups kept coming, every few months, sometimes worse during cold seasons. One day he asked, "Is there anything I can do besides take these pills forever?" We talked about weight. I explained how fat tissue produces inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. More fat equals more inflammation. I challenged him, "Lose 20 pounds, let's test it." He committed, switched to a low-carb diet. Cut out sugar and processed grains, started walking daily. 6 months later, Bill had lost the weight. 1 year later, not a single gout flare, and no meds, according to the CDC. Even modest weight loss can significantly lower gout risk. Now ask yourself, if dropping 20 pounds could mean a pain-free year, would you start today? Helen, 69, coffee, not the villain. Helen avoided coffee for years. She thought it was too acidic and believed it worsened her uric acid, but she also struggled with morning stiffness and low energy. I showed her new research linking moderate coffee consumption to lower uric acid levels and fewer flare-ups. She agreed to try 2 small cups of black coffee a day. After just 3 weeks, her mornings were smoother. 2 months later, her hands felt more flexible, her sleep improved, and the gout pain had eased. A 2020 review in Nutrients found, coffee intake is associated with a lower risk of gout. Your turn. Is there a food or drink you've been avoiding based on old, outdated information? George, 65, when meat isn't the enemy. George thought he was doing the right thing. After a bad gout attack, he stopped eating meat completely, lived on plain rice, fruit, and steamed veggies. Within months, he felt exhausted. He lost weight but also muscle. His hair thinned. Blood tests showed anemia. I asked, "Why no protein?" He answered, "Because I thought meat causes gout." We went over the science. It's not meat, it's the sugar and seed oils we often eat with meat that trigger inflammation. He slowly reintroduced grass-fed beef, eggs, and fish, cut the carbs. 6 months later, George was stronger, more energetic, and gout-free. Dr. Ted Naiman said it best, "Meat isn't the problem, it's the fries, the bun, and the soda you eat with it." Think about it. Have you cut out foods your body needs just because of old myths? Colonel Frank, 74, the doctor who changed his mind. Colonel Frank was a retired military doctor. He came to my clinic with chronic gout, and he looked me in the eye and said, "Doc, I think I spent my career giving the wrong advice." Back in the 80s and 90s, the guidance was simple. Gout equals too much meat and beer. But after retirement, despite following that advice, he experienced more flares than ever. Turns out his real enemy wasn't meat. It was insulin resistance caused by years of carbs and sugar. Less activity, more packaged foods. He read newer studies, switched to a low-carb lifestyle, added magnesium and potassium, and hasn't had a single flare in over 4 years. Now he speaks to younger physicians about the evolving science of gout. "We focused too long on uric acid," he told me. "Gout isn't just a chemistry issue, it's a metabolic fire, and sugar is the gasoline." What do these stories have in common? They all broke free from outdated beliefs. They stopped blaming meat and started addressing inflammation. They saw real changes because they got real about what was triggering their pain. And now I'll ask you again, could your gout be the result of what's inside your pantry, not your genes? In the next section, we're going deeper into fructose, processed oils, insulin spikes, and hidden inflammation. And I'll show you how these modern triggers silently fuel your flare-ups, even when your uric acid numbers seem fine. Stay with me, the truth gets even more powerful from here. So now that we understand what gout is and what it isn't, let's get practical. Here are 10 realistic steps you can start today to reduce inflammation, lower your risk of flare-ups, and finally take back control of your joints. Nothing extreme, nothing expensive, just science-backed, common-sense tools that work. 1. Eliminate sugary drinks, especially hidden fructose. You already know soda is bad. But did you know many healthy drinks like vitamin waters, iced teas, and sports drinks are loaded with hidden fructose? Fructose is one of the top contributors to uric acid buildup. Read the label. Look for these terms. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS. Fruit juice concentrate. Natural sweeteners, often fructose-based. Dr. Robert Lustig, endocrinologist, says, "Fructose isn't just empty calories, it's a metabolic poison when overconsumed. Ask yourself, when was the last time you checked a label for sugar, not just taste? 2. Drink water, lots of it. Your kidneys need water to flush out uric acid. Most older adults don't drink enough. Aim for at least 8-10 cups of plain water per day, more if it's hot or you're active. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if plain water feels boring. 3. Low-impact movement for joint health. Gout pain often leads people to avoid exercise, but that's a mistake. Movement boosts circulation and helps flush excess uric acid. You don't need a gym, you just need to move smart. Try these simple joint-friendly exercises: seated leg extensions, ankle circles, water walking or gentle pool aerobics, 10-minute daily walk after meals. 4. Choose the right fats, avoid industrial seed oils. Skip oils like canola, soybean, corn, and margarine. They increase omega-6 fats which fuel chronic inflammation. Instead, cook with olive oil, avocado oil, grass-fed butter, coconut oil. Dr. Kate Shanahan explains, bad fats are worse than sugar. They damage your cells and trigger silent inflammation. 5. Learn to read nutrition labels like a pro. Many processed foods hide inflammatory ingredients in small print. Watch out for sugars with fancy names: dextrose, agave nectar, maltodextrin; fructose in unexpected places, ketchup, salad dressings, yogurt; harmful oils listed as vegetable oil or shortening. If you can't pronounce it, you probably shouldn't eat it. 6. Prioritize magnesium and potassium. Both minerals help balance uric acid and support kidney function. Great sources: spinach, Swiss chard, avocados, pumpkin seeds, salmon and sardines, coconut water. Consider a magnesium supplement, but always check with your doctor first. 7. Use carbs wisely, lower, not zero. You don't need to go no carb, just choose smarter carbs with fewer blood sugar spikes. Swap this for this: white rice, cauliflower rice, or quinoa; white bread, almond flour wraps; potato chips, roasted chickpeas, or seaweed snacks. Avoid anything that spikes insulin because high insulin triggers uric acid retention. Dr. Jason Fung notes, insulin resistance is the hidden fuel behind gout. 8. Enjoy coffee the right way. Yes, coffee can help reduce gout risk, but it needs to be done right. Tips: drink it black or with a splash of cream. Avoid drinking after 2 p.m. to protect your sleep. Limit to 2-3 cups a day if you're caffeine sensitive. Worried about bones? Add more magnesium and vitamin D to support calcium balance. 9. 7-day sample meal plan for gout relief. Here's a simple meal structure to try for a week. Day 1. 3. Breakfast: scrambled eggs, spinach, avocado. Lunch: grilled chicken salad with olive oil. Dinner: salmon, steamed broccoli, cauliflower mash. Snacks: a handful of almonds, cucumber slices. Day 4. 7. Breakfast: full-fat Greek yogurt, chia seeds, blueberries. Lunch: turkey lettuce wraps, carrot sticks. Dinner: beef stew with celery and mushrooms. Drinks: water, tea, and black coffee only. Avoid juices, bread, soda, pastries. Packaged diet meals. 10. Track your triggers and celebrate progress. Start a simple daily journal. Track what you eat. How do you feel? Any medications or supplements? Look for patterns. Catch flare-ups before they escalate. Now let me ask you, which of these 10 changes feels most doable for you? Which one would be hardest but worth trying? Small steps done consistently beat massive changes that don't last. Now, if you've made it this far, take a deep breath, because you're already doing the hardest part: learning. You've seen the science, heard the real-life stories, and now you've got practical tools you can use. So what comes next? Let's wrap everything up, connect the dots, and walk away with a clear, lasting message. Because beating gout isn't about perfection. It's about understanding your body, making smart choices, and honoring your health every single day. Let's move into the final part of this video, where we bring it all together, and I'll leave you with the biggest takeaways that could change the rest of your life. If you've stayed with us until now, let me say this: you've already done something powerful. You've taken time to understand your body, your health, and your future. Today, we uncovered some uncomfortable truths. That gout isn't just about red meat. That fructose, hidden sugars, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation are often the real culprits. That the advice we were given 30 years ago may not hold up anymore. But the good news, you're not powerless. You now know and the tools to take charge. Whether it's reading food labels, switching oils, walking 10 minutes a day, or just adding more water and magnesium, you're one small choice away from a better tomorrow. It's never too late to feel better than yesterday, and that's what Senior Wisdom Life is all about. So tell us in the comments, which of today's steps do you want to start with? what has worked for you in the past and what hasn't. We read every message, and your story might just inspire someone else to make a change. If this video helped you or someone you care about, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us reach more seniors who deserve to age with clarity, comfort, and control. Until next time, take care of your joints, take care of your choices, and take care of each other. See you in the next video.